Hey there, Coach D here, and we're gonna get into Adobe Illustrator. So you're going to be using quite a few different videos that I'll be creating. So as you're working through these videos at any given time that you need me to pause, then it's in your control. All you have to do is pause it and then go over and do whatever you need to, and then come back and push play and kind of go back and forth. So today, to start with, we're going to get used to, or we're going to get everything set up for our Adobe user interface. A user interface is everything that you can see here. So to start with, you can click New File here, and this guy pops up. You can also go up to File and New. So if you just go over here to Print, and you're going to look for the letter size. Right now it comes in points, but we're going to change that to inches because that's probably what you guys are used to, and I want you to get used to the fact that 8.5 by 11 is a standard letter page in America. So we're going to go with a portrait or vertical layout. We need one artboard for right now. We're not going to set any kind of bleeds, but we're going to change this to RGB because we will only be viewing this on the screen. CMYK is for print. So at 300 DPI, default mode, and we're going to say create. Okay, so over here what you probably see is the essentials. So just kind of give you a little rundown of what we've got in this screen. Over here on the left hand side, these are all of your tools. And if it is showing like this, if you'll just click that rewind button, that's what it looks like over there. It's actually a collapse button. We want to get as much of our workspace in here as possible, so we just collapse all of these tools. There's one other thing that we need to, there's a whole bunch of different tools and stuff that we can put over here, and they are all found underneath the Windows palette, and they're all in alphabetical order. But there's a package that you can get. Basically, they're called workspaces. So up here in the top corner, you're going to click on this little screen right here, and we're going to go to Essentials Classic. And if you don't already have it, I'm going to go to Reset Essentials Classic because this is what it should actually look like. But because I've been at it before, it went to what I had just used it at. So we want to make sure that we have this toolbar up here. If you don't have it, go up to Window and go to Toolbars. Sorry, you want to make sure that the control is what's clicked. So if I turn it off, that one goes away. But if we go to Toolbars, Control right there, then it will come back on. This is dependent on what tool you have selected here. So if I have a paintbrush, or if I have type or something like that, you see all these type sizes. This guy popped back up over here, so we're going to squish him back over there. So we've got this guy. Now we've got this all across here. So now we're going to go and change all of these things over here. So this is what I call palette avenue or palette row. So we're going to collapse this guy right here. I don't like to see all of those things. I only like to see the ones that I like to work with. So it just gets to be in my way. So we're going to close all of these off. So if you see each one of these, there's like a little square around here. There's a little piece of, if you've ever done skateboarding, there's like a little piece of grip tape kind of stuff here. That's how you get a hold of that little house. So if you think about all of them that are in that house are all related in one way or another. So we're going to take the ones that should be all together and put them together, and take away the ones that we are never going to use and put some others that are in here. So I'm going to grab a hold of this grip tape right here and pull this guy out, and it collapses that whole thing over to the far right. So if I get a hold of this grip tape, if I was to come over here like this, it's going to add a whole nother column on here, but I don't want that. I'm going to come right up here, and I'm going to push it right up here up the top. See, if it's blue like that, it's going to drop it inside that house. I don't want it in that house. I want it next door. So we're going to put that up there. There's another one that we want to put in here, and that's the layers. If you don't have the layers out, it's under Windows, and all of these are in alphabetical order. So there's layers right down there, but it's already here. So I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to come put it under here underneath. So it fits right in there. The next group is all of the colors. So this is your color palette, your little color picker thing. The color guide, I'm going to tell you to pull that one out because I have never in my life used that one. And I've been doing this for a lot of years. So I'm going to take the swatches of colors, and I'm going to drag it up, and I'm going to put it right on top so it falls underneath there. Gradients is part of that. So we're going to put that on there. Again, if any of these are not showing up here, they're all up here in Windows. I'm going to tell you that a couple of different times so you remember that that's where they are. Okay, and then we have, I like to put stroke in here with this. So I put that in underneath there. And this transparency, that has to do with all your colors too. So let's go put that right underneath the rest of the colors. Okay, so appearance, this is kind of one that you can play with the colors and the strokes and stuff. So I'm going to bring that one up, but it kind of functions by itself. So we're going to leave it in there solo by itself. And then we have the brushes and the symbols. I know for sure that those are in your Adobe Illustrator. Testing, graphic styles will be in there. Asset export will not be in there because that's something for printing. Artboards will definitely be on there as well, but I don't think comments will be. I've got a little piece of text over here. We'll get rid of that later and show you guys how to do that. Okay, so now we have this all built up. We have all of our tools. We have all of the options bar up here. We have all of our palettes. Not all of them. There are some that are missing, so let's go get the ones that are missing. So again, we're going to go down through window. I'm going to scroll down each of these things and pick up what we need. The align tool. This one is really cool. I don't use the transform and the toolbar here. I do that separately, and I'll show you guys how to do it more efficiently. So I'm going to grab this Pathfinder. I'm going to always look for it right between those two. So that's where the Pathfinder and the Align tool work. Those are really cool. And then let's keep going back down here. What else do we need? Color, color guide, comments, document info, flattener. Gradient's already out there. History's kind of cool, but I don't ever use it really. Image trace, we will use that one. So let's pull that guy down over here and we'll put it underneath those guys. Window, so we got to image trace. Info, you know, sometimes I do use that. I do not use that navigator jobby. See, I mean, yeah, I don't need that one. So this info, let's go ahead and put it up here underneath properties, because that's kind of helpful sometimes. Let's go back down under info, layers, we've already got links. Let's pull the links out there and pull that one by itself. We're going to pull that one up here underneath, right there. And we're going to get rid of the actions. I don't use actions in Illustrator, I use those in Photoshop. What else do we have? Properties, separation, stroke, we already have. Swatches, symbol, transparency, transform, type. That's what we need right there. So let's grab character. And I don't ever use open type. But we do use character and paragraph. And those I usually look for right here underneath the strokes. And I think we have our whole palette rows all built up. Variables, version history. Nope, that's about it. Okay, so now we have everything built the way that we want it to be. And I'm going to click this little selection tool and get rid of this guy. He needs to go away. And so with that, we're going to come up here and we're going to save this workspace. So this little guy is something you're definitely going to need to know, because it will be really hard to set all this stuff up without it. So we're going to go right here. Essentials Classic is what's currently set, but we're going to go to New Workspace. So we're going to make it save all of this stuff that we have it set up. So I'm going to put Coach D's Workspace. And I'm going to say OK. And so now if I come up here and I'm playing with the layers palette and I get rid of that guy and pull the strokes out and I go to the options and I pull the playing with that one, and then transparency, I pull that one out at some point and I get all of these guys out here like this, and then I decide that I'm going to close all of them, but now they're all gone. But I don't want to have to go back over here and pick them all out again. So there's the cool thing. I go to this, reset Coach D's workspace, and they all come right back. So that, my friends, is user interface and how to build it and customize the way that you want it.